Welcome back to the RMAC Showcase. This is our fall sports preview. Women's soccer is always one of the best sports in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. Last year, Colorado Mines ran the table in conference action, but it was Metro State advancing to the Elite Eight in the NCAA tournament. Both teams are predicted to be at the top of the RMAC once again this year. The Colorado School of Mines is picked to win the RMAC in women's soccer this year. Kevin Fickus returns for his 5th season as head coach. He's got some new players and a new look for 2014.
We feel like we've brought in a very good freshman class, and we do have good senior leadership. Those girls have a lot of experience.
The Diggers are number 9 in the national preseason coaches poll. Nico Cusack returns as the anchor of a stout War Digger defense. Cusack is the preseason Defensive Player of the Year.
I want to do 4 for 4. Our class has had the past 3 seasons. We've won the RMAC Cup, and I'd like to go 4 for 4. It's a good dream, it's a good goal, and this team can do it.
Mines is picked to win the RMAC in the preseason coaches poll. Also back is RMAC Goalkeeper of the Year, Jalen Yates.
I think a valuable lesson we learned from last year is we can't take any game for granted. Like, we had beaten Metro early on, and then we came into the game thinking that it was going to be the same thing. We just have to take every game as a new game.
Pick number 2 by a razor-thin margin as Metro State, the Roadrunners, have preseason Player of the Year Abby Rolfe. Metro is ranked number 16 nationally to start the season. Adrian Peets is now in her 7th season as head coach.
Ever since the first day of preseason, these girls came in fit. They set the tone right away. They're eager, and I think for the younger girls, they're just following their lead. Number
3 is Regis, followed by Fort Lewis. The Skyhawks have a new interim head coach in Jimmy Hall. UCCS is pick number 5. Then it's Highlands, Adams, Pueblo, Mesa, Western State, and Colorado Christian. Chadron State has been consistently one of the top teams in RMAC football over the last decade, and one of the consistent things about Chadron State football has been a McLain at quarterback. First Joe, and now John, who is in his senior season. The McLains have left a legacy in northwest Nebraska. Chadron State is celebrating their 100th year with football this season, and this will be their 8th season in the last 9 years with a McLain as the starting quarterback. Joe McLain started as a freshman in 2005, a 4-year starter who had a career record of 38-4. He finished with more than 8,000 yards passing and 70 touchdowns. In 2009, along came Jonn McLain, the bigger little brother. Now going into his senior season, John holds the Eagles' record for all-time completions and needs just 2 touchdowns to take over that record. But John says he wasn't even sure he'd play a game for Chadron State.
One of the things that I'm most proud of is just that I haven't quit. I remember as a freshman in my first fall camp, I didn't know if I'd make it through camp. It's just a lot to handle when you're 18 years old, and just that I made it and I worked as hard as I could, and that's what means the most to me.
Brother Joe is now the wide receivers coach for Chadron State, a good resource for his brother John.
He's a guy that I know knows the offense pretty well and I can lean on a little bit, and so it's nice to have him around.
When Joe graduated from Chadron, his all-time passer efficiency rating was 138.2, best in school history. Going into this year, John is slightly better at 140.0. But it's something else that Joe had 4 times that John wants just once.
The goal is always to win the RMAC championship. That's what we set every year. That's what we want to accomplish, and it doesn't change this year. That's what our big, our main goal, if you want to call it that. That's what we strive for, and that's what we want to achieve.
After 9 years, the McLain quarterback legacy ends this year, but fear not, Jazzy and Jamie McLain both play on the Chadron State volleyball team. Still ahead on the showcase, a ray of hope at Fort Lewis College. Coming up next, volleyball. The Ore Diggers have high hopes. Stay right there.